Chosen one, pause for a moment. Don't scroll, don't rush away, because this is not an ordinary message. What you are about to read is a sacred revelation, a divine announcement sent from the heights of heaven directly into your life at this very hour. There are moments when God stops the entire world just to speak to one soul, and today, that soul is you. Something is drawing near, faster than you realize. A plan that has been written in the unseen realm long before you were born is now beginning to unfold. It is no accident that your eyes have found these words. It is divine orchestration. God, the one who holds time and breath in his hands, has led you here because something destined is about to be revealed to you. Listen carefully. Heaven has chosen you for a divine connection, a meeting written into eternity. There is a soul admired by millions, a face seen across nations, someone celebrated for their talent, their light, their presence. Yet behind all the applause, they are searching for something that the world could never give, a love that is true, a love that comes from God, and he has seen that very love within you, as C.S. Lewis wrote in The Problem of Pain. God whispers to us in our pleasures, speaks in our conscience, but shouts in our pains. It is his megaphone to rouse a deaf world. This truth reveals that the longing you've carried through your trials is God's shout, preparing your heart to hold the love destined for this divine connection. Do not doubt, chosen one. Every moment of waiting, every lonely night, every unanswered prayer was never wasted. Each one was part of your divine preparation. God does not choose randomly. He chooses those who have walked through fire, who have learned to stand in silence when storms surround them, and who have remained faithful even when no one else believed. You are one of them. Now, the call from heaven is stirring in your spirit. Be ready, for I am opening a new door where destiny and love will meet. This is not just a story of romance, but a covenant, an alignment between two souls shaped by heaven for a greater purpose. The one you will meet has been waiting unknowingly, just as you have. Two paths, long separated, are already beginning to merge under divine light. And if your heart feels it, if something inside you recognizes these words as truth, then know that heaven is confirming it even now. Now, as you step forward into this divine truth, if this resonates with your spirit, you may write 777 as an act of agreement in faith and declare this: I am ready for what heaven has written. I am prepared for the divine alignment that has been set before me. I receive what God has ordained, and I will guard it with silence, faith, and obedience. Don't rush away. Stay with me until the end, because we are going to close this message with a powerful prayer, one that will speak directly into your spirit and anchor this promise within your soul today. Chosen one, something sacred is already unfolding around you, though your eyes may not yet see it. The atmosphere is shifting. The unseen realm is moving in quiet precision, arranging moments, paths, and people in ways you cannot yet comprehend. Heaven is drawing near, and every delay you once questioned was never a denial. It was divine timing, setting the stage for what comes next. There is a person, celebrated by the world, whose life seems radiant on the surface, yet hollow beneath the lights. They walk among applause, but silence follows them home. And though millions may know their name, none truly know their heart. But heaven has seen them. Heaven has heard their cry. In the same way, heaven has seen your patience, your purity, your endurance through seasons that others could not have survived. The same hand that lifted you through trials is the hand now weaving your destiny into theirs. This is not a coincidence. You have been moving toward each other for longer than you realize. Every twist in your path, every door that closed without reason, every separation that broke your heart, it was all part of a hidden alignment. You were being refined while they were being emptied. You were being taught to listen while they were learning for too long. Now, both hearts are ready, and heaven is preparing the meeting point. As C.S. Lewis wrote in The Four Loves, friendship is born at that moment when one person says to another, "What? You too. I thought I was the only one. This insight affirms that the divine connection awaiting you will begin with a mutual recognition of shared longing, a moment when your souls will see each other as heaven intended. When heaven approaches, it does not announce itself with thunder. It comes softly, like the changing of a wind or the first light of dawn. That is how this connection will begin. It will not arrive with noise or spectacle. It will begin quietly, naturally, almost unnoticed at first, but your spirit will recognize it instantly. Something in you will know, this is it. And from that moment, your steps will no longer be separate. Everything you once thought was random will suddenly make sense. The timing, the silence, the waiting, all of it was leading to this divine intersection. Heaven is not only sending a person into your life, it is sending confirmation, balance, and restoration. So, stay still in your spirit. You don't need to chase this. You only need to stay aligned, aware, and ready. What is meant for you is already in motion. The same heaven that called you here is now bringing what belongs to you closer, moment by moment, heartbeat by heartbeat. Your story is beginning to turn. Stay with me, beloved, because soon you will see what heaven has been building in silence all along. Chosen one, listen closely. The person heaven is aligning you with is not who the world believes them to be. To millions, they are a symbol of success, a face that shines beneath flashing lights, a voice that carries power and influence. But behind the applause, there is an emptiness that no fame can fill. They smile for the cameras, yet inside, there is a longing that grows stronger with every passing day. What they truly seek is not attention, it is truth. Not admiration, but understanding. And in you, heaven has hidden what they've been searching for. You must understand this. Their fame is not their identity. What people see on the outside is only a stage costume, a temporary reflection of what the world wants to see. But heaven looks beyond performance. Heaven sees the soul, the exhaustion, the silent prayers whispered after midnight when the lights go out and the noise fades. And it is in that very silence where your name has already been whispered to their heart. While others chase them for who they appear to be, you will be drawn to who they are beneath the surface, the raw, unguarded soul that only heaven could show you. This is why you have been prepared differently. You were not trained for the stage, you were shaped for the sacred. You carry a peace that no crowd can imitate. You carry an authenticity that fame cannot buy. And when they encounter that, it will disarm them. They will see in you what they had long forgotten existed: safety. You will not be another voice demanding their attention. You will be the quiet space where their spirit finally rests. This is how heaven heals people through connection that is pure, unseen, and real. And though you may feel unworthy or ordinary compared to them, remember this: heaven does not match status. It aligns purpose. So don't question why your path leads towards someone who seems unreachable. Heaven specializes in crossing impossible distances. The light they carry was never meant to blind you, it was meant to find you. And when their eyes meet yours, they will not see another admirer. They will see the reflection of the peace they've prayed for. Stay steady, chosen one. The world will call it a coincidence, but you will know. What's coming is not fantasy, it is divine fulfillment, a meeting written long before fame existed. And it is now drawing near. The reason you had to walk through so many lonely seasons was never because God forgot you, it was because He was preparing you. Every silent night, every heartbreak, every delay was a lesson written into your soul. You were being shaped quietly for something sacred. Heaven had to refine you until you could carry love that does not depend on recognition, and faith that does not collapse when misunderstood. You wondered why relationships fell apart, why certain people left your life without explanation, and why doors closed right when you thought you were ready. But now you are beginning to understand. Those were divine separations, not rejections. You were not being punished, you were being purified. God was pulling you away from what was temporary to prepare you for what is eternal. This is why your heart feels different. You no longer crave what the world chases. You no longer fight for attention or validation. Somewhere deep within, you've learned the beauty of stillness, and that stillness is exactly what heaven needed to plant this promise. You were never meant to blend in. You were meant to be set apart. The person heaven is sending toward you has also been through their own fire. Their fame could not save them, and their success could not heal them. They have been emptied so that they can now recognize what is real. The two of you have been walking different deserts, yet guided by the same unseen hand, and now those deserts are about to meet. Remember, chosen one, the greater the promise, the longer the preparation. You were being taught to love from a deeper place, one that doesn't need attention, applause, or proof. Because when this divine connection begins, it will not survive on emotion, it will thrive on purpose. You have been strengthened to love without fear, to give without losing yourself, to stand firm when others would fall. You have learned endurance, and endurance is the language of heaven. That is why you are ready now. Heaven never delivers a gift to an unprepared heart, and your heart, tested, refined, faithful, has finally become the vessel through which this divine story will unfold. So do not look back on what you lost. Those were not endings. They were foundations. Every tear was watering the soil of what's about to grow. You are not behind time. You are right on heaven's schedule. The season of preparation is over, and the season of unfolding has begun. Chosen one, you have already begun to feel it, haven't you? The subtle pull in your spirit, the dreams that seem too vivid to ignore, the sudden moments when you feel an unfamiliar presence brushing against your soul. These are not coincidences. They are signals from heaven that something sacred is approaching. When God aligns two destinies, the spiritual connection often begins before the physical meeting. You may sense emotions that do not belong to you, or feel a wave of peace at the thought of someone you have not even met. That is the whisper of divine preparation. You have noticed how your thoughts have become more focused, how distractions that once tempted you no longer hold your attention. Heaven is narrowing your path, removing noise, pruning unnecessary attachments, so that you can recognize what truly belongs to you when it appears. Every time your spirit feels a sudden calm for no reason, every time your heart is stirred by a name or a feeling you cannot explain, heaven is signaling that the thread is tightening. There may even be moments when you wake up with a deep sense of expectancy, as if something is about to happen. Don't dismiss it. That is how heaven announces its movements to those who are sensitive to its rhythm. You might not see anything yet, but the spiritual alignment has already begun. God is positioning hearts, schedules, and circumstances so that when the time comes, the meeting will not need to be forced. It will flow naturally, like two rivers merging into one. Your task now is not to chase, but to stay spiritually awake. Remain calm and attentive to the small confirmations that will appear, a repeated number, a name mentioned unexpectedly, a timing that feels too perfect to be random. These are not coincidences, they are breadcrumbs of destiny leading you toward what heaven has written. Stay patient and grounded, because when the divine alignment reaches its appointed hour, everything will happen with such clarity that you will know without doubt. This is what I was being prepared for. Heaven is not asking you to figure it all out, only to trust. Every invisible thread is being woven together. The signs are real. The moment is near. What you have felt stirring inside you is the confirmation that destiny is already on its way. Chosen one, when heaven's timing finally reaches its appointed second, the moment will not come with noise or spectacle. It will not be wrapped in lightning or thunder. It will arrive quietly. So quietly that if your spirit were not awake, you might mistake it for something ordinary. But deep within, you will know. You will feel an undeniable peace, a sudden clarity that settles into your heart, like sunlight breaking through clouds. That is how God moves, not through chaos, but through calm certainty. You might meet this person in a setting that feels simple, perhaps through an unexpected conversation, a shared glance, or an encounter that seems random at first. Yet later, when you look back, you will realize how every second had divine precision. The place, the timing, the way your paths crossed, it will all feel too perfect to be chance. You will understand that heaven had been working behind the scenes long before you even imagined it. There will be a stillness in that moment, a silence that speaks louder than words. Your spirit will recognize something familiar in them, as if you have known them beyond this lifetime. The world may see it as a meeting, but your soul will know it as recognition the moment two threads finally meet after being woven separately for so long. This is not magic, it is divine orchestration. It is how God fulfills what he once whispered to your heart. Do not expect dramatic signs. Expect alignment. Expect peace. Expect the supernatural to appear natural. The conversation will flow effortlessly. Their presence will feel strangely safe. You will not need to chase or perform. You will simply be. And that will be enough. Because what is written by heaven cannot be forced by man. When it happens, don't rush to label it or to understand it. Let it unfold. The seed of this connection needs silence and trust to grow strong roots. You will know it is from God because it will not bring confusion, it will bring calm. It will not demand attention, it will carry peace. Chosen one, when the moment arrives, do not fear it. Step into it with faith. The meeting you've long awaited will not feel like the beginning of something new. It will feel like the continuation of something that has always been. And as it unfolds, you will realize heaven's promises are never late. They simply arrive in perfect silence. Chosen one, when this divine connection begins to unfold, your greatest act of faith will be silence. Do not rush to tell the world what heaven is still building in secret. The sacred cannot survive in noise. What is pure must first grow in hidden places, protected from the winds of jealousy and the eyes of doubt. You must learn to guard this miracle, as one guards a flame in the wind with tenderness, patience, and restraint. It will be tempting to share your excitement, to prove to others that the promise was real. But remember this: some blessings are meant to be protected, not presented. When you speak too soon, you invite voices that were never meant to influence what God has begun. Every miracle has an incubation period. The seed of this divine love must take root in silence before it can stand in the open light. The world will not understand what heaven is doing in you. They will question, they will gossip, and they will twist what they cannot comprehend. That is why God asks you to keep quiet, not out of fear, but out of wisdom. Silence is not weakness, it is strategy. It gives heaven room to complete what it started. It allows God's hand to move without interruption. Think of how the dawn begins before anyone notices, before anyone praises it. It starts softly, hidden behind the horizon, and only when the light has grown strong enough does it rise. So it will be with you. What begins in private will one day stand unshaken in public, but only if you let it grow without interference. In your silence, pray. Speak not to people, but to heaven. Let your worship and obedience be your voice. Protect what you've been given with humility, not pride. Do not measure your promise by how visible it is, but by how alive it feels within you. What is nurtured in quiet becomes unbreakable in time. Chosen one, listen carefully now, for this part carries weight. The hour is more serious than you realize. What is unfolding around you is not merely coincidence or emotion, it is divine intervention. Heaven itself has stepped into your timeline. The unseen hand of God is rearranging events, people, and even circumstances that seemed immovable. What you once thought were delays, disappointments, or closed doors were, in truth, heaven's way of clearing the path. Everything that could have distracted you or pulled you off course is being removed. What you thought was loss was actually protection. You may not feel it yet, but you are standing in the middle of a spiritual crossing point. Two destinies, long prepared separately, are now being aligned by forces beyond your comprehension. Heaven does not ask for your permission, it acts according to divine order. When God says now, everything must obey, mountains move, schedules shift, People are repositioned. Even hearts that were once closed begin to open. It is happening now, quietly but powerfully, under heaven's command. Chosen one, take this seriously. You are not being invited into a love story for entertainment. You are being drawn into a divine covenant that will alter the course of both lives. This is not just about attraction, it is about assignment. Heaven is bringing two souls together not to gratify emotion, but to fulfill purpose. The connection you are about to witness will not only bring joy, but it will also bring responsibility. You must be ready to carry it with reverence, for what you are stepping into is holy ground. There will be resistance. Whenever heaven moves, darkness reacts. Expect confusion to rise around you, sudden distractions, unexpected voices trying to sow doubt. The enemy always fights what carries destiny. But do not be afraid. When God establishes something, no force can undo it. You are covered, protected, and watched over. Nothing can stop what has already been decreed. This is why silence and obedience are vital now. One wrong word can expose what heaven is still shielding. One careless emotion can weaken what God is strengthening. So tread carefully, pray deeply, speak less, discern more, guard your peace like it's your breath, because in these coming days, peace will be your proof that heaven is near. Chosen one, you have entered sacred territory. The invisible realm is active around you, orchestrating every movement with precision. Do not mistake stillness for inactivity. Heaven is working in silence. And when it manifests, it will not come as a gentle whisper, but as a divine shift that changes everything. Stay alert, stay humble, stay aligned. The hand of God is upon you, and nothing will ever be the same again. The hour you have waited for is drawing near. Heaven is no longer preparing, it is revealing. What was once invisible is now beginning to take form. The signs are no longer subtle, they are becoming tangible, real, and undeniable. You will begin to sense acceleration in your spirit, a quiet certainty that something is shifting in your favor. Do not mistake this for imagination, it is confirmation. Heaven is announcing that the manifestation has begun. When the appointed time arrives, it will happen suddenly. One message, one glance, one unexpected moment will open the door that no effort of your own could have created. You will see that everything, the pain, the pauses, the prayers, was leading to this divine encounter. The person destined to cross your path will not appear with fanfare, but with recognition. The moment your eyes meet, there will be a silence so full of meaning that words will become unnecessary. Your soul will remember what your mind cannot explain. You will know that this connection is not new. It is the continuation of something heaven wrote long before time began. The air around you will feel different. Conversations will carry weight. Small gestures will echo with divine purpose. What others perceive as coincidence, you will know as alignment. Nothing will feel forced. Everything will flow. Heaven never rushes, but when the moment arrives, it moves with perfect rhythm. You will not need to prove anything or chase validation, because divine timing does not compete, it simply manifests. Still, this moment will require discernment. Blessings and distractions often arrive at the same door. Not everyone who approaches will carry heaven's signature. You must test the spirit. Look not at appearances, but at the peace within you. When something is from God, it will not stir anxiety or confusion, it will anchor you. The presence of peace will be your confirmation. This meeting will not simply mark a new chapter, it will redefine your story. You will feel yourself stepping into a timeline that feels too perfect to be a coincidence, too intentional to be luck. This is what happens when heaven intervenes. The supernatural becomes natural. The story you once only believed in faith will now stand before your eyes. But as it unfolds, remember what you learned in the silence. The moment of manifestation is not the time to speak loudly. It is the time to walk wisely. Guard this beginning. Nurture it in humility. Let the roots grow deep before the branches reach the light. What is being born in you now is not temporary. It is eternal. Chosen one, breathe and prepare yourself. The promise is no longer distant. Heaven's words are turning into reality. The divine meeting is near, so near that even creation itself seems to hold its breath. Stand still in awe, for you are about to witness the fulfillment of what heaven once whispered. It is time. Chosen one, what is coming to you is not a fleeting romance. It is a divine assignment dressed as love. Heaven is not sending this person into your life merely to complete your heart, but to expand your calling. The connection you are about to enter carries weight in the spiritual realm. It is sacred because it will birth something greater than the two of you. When God joins two souls, he does it not for pleasure, but for purpose. This person will not be your idol, they will be your ally. You were never meant to orbit around their fame or their influence. Instead, the two of you will orbit around heaven's will. Your union will not be a competition of light, but a merging of purpose, one that brings healing, clarity, and direction to others. When God connects two chosen souls, he intends for them to become a living testimony of what divine alignment looks like on earth. You have to understand, love, in heaven's design, is not emotional escape, it is spiritual warfare. It confronts fear, ego, and darkness. That is why this love will test your humility and your patience before it reveals its full beauty. You will be called to love in ways that reflect God's own nature, steadfast, merciful, forgiving. It is not about perfection, but about grace. Heaven does not unite flawless people, it unites willing hearts. And if you allow it, this connection will purify you both. There will be moments of misunderstanding, moments where the weight of destiny feels too heavy, moments where you will be tempted to walk away. But chosen one, remember this: divine unions are refined by fire. Do not run from the refining. It is what makes the bond unbreakable. Every trial that rises will be another proof that the hand of God is upon you both. This connection will challenge you to grow. It will demand that you pray more than you speak, listen more than you react, and forgive more than you thought possible. You will see how God uses your differences not to divide you, but to balance you. Where one is weak, the other will carry strength. Where one hesitates, the other will move by faith. This is how heaven multiplies purpose through unity. Do not forget, this love is not a reward, it is a responsibility. You were chosen because you could carry something sacred without corrupting it. The world around you may never understand it, but heaven does not need their understanding. Heaven only needs your obedience. Chosen one, when this person enters your life, do not treat it casually, treat it as holy ground. This love is not a coincidence, it is a covenant. It is not a blessing to boast about, it is a mission to protect. You and this person have been chosen to demonstrate what happens when two lives surrender to divine will. And through that surrender, the world will see what real love, God's love, looks like. So, stand ready. Heaven is not giving you a partner to comfort your loneliness, but to activate your destiny, and when you both walk in that purpose, everything around you will change. You will not just find love, you will become the vessel through which God's love flows into the world. Chosen one, the miracle that is about to unfold depends not on chance, but on your obedience. Heaven's promises are never one-sided. They are invitations that require response. God has already set the stage, aligned the timing, and written the chapter. But now, he is looking for one thing: your willingness to walk in faith. The divine connection approaching you is not fragile, yet it must be handled with reverence. Miracles thrive where there is trust, but they fade where there is fear. In the coming days, you will be tested, not by disaster, but by small moments that ask, will you believe even when you do not see? There will be silence where you expect answers, stillness where you long for movement, and uncertainty where you crave clarity. These are not punishments, they are the proving grounds of faith. The same God who parted seas does not need noise to confirm his will. He requires your surrender. Faith is not emotion, it is posture. It is standing still when logic screams, "Run." It is holding peace when doubt whispers, "You've been forgotten." Every step of your preparation has been leading to this, the choice to believe beyond evidence. The miracle will not come because you prayed once, it will come because you refuse to give up after praying 100 times. Heaven rewards persistence, not perfection. As this story unfolds, resist the urge to control it. You cannot manipulate what is divine. The more you try to shape it with your hands, the more you interrupt what heaven is shaping for you. Let God be God. Let His timing breathe. Your task is to stay aligned, keep your heart pure, and remain available. Every act of trust creates space for heaven to move. When confusion rises, return to silence. When anxiety tempts you, speak faith out loud. Declare what you know, not what you fear. Say, "What God has begun, no man can undo." You are not waiting in vain. You are waiting with purpose. Each day that passes is another thread woven into the masterpiece of destiny. The miracle is not delayed, it is developing. Understand this, chosen one. Heaven never gives without requiring stewardship. If God has chosen you to carry something sacred, He will also test your ability to protect it. That means not every door is meant to be opened, not every voice deserves your attention, and not every thought needs to be entertained. Guard your spirit like a temple, because it is in that temple that the miracle will be born. And when the breakthrough comes, it will not come softly. It will arrive with power, clarity, and divine precision. You will not have to question if it's from God. Its peace will announce it. Its fruit will prove it. Its endurance will confirm it. So, remain steadfast, beloved. The miracle is not waiting for permission, it's waiting for alignment. As your faith stays rooted, heaven will release what has already been written. And in that moment, you will understand, obedience was the key all along. Chosen one, the waiting is ending. The silence that once tested you has served its purpose. What was once only spoken in prophecy is now crossing into reality. Heaven is releasing what it has concealed for so long. The pages that were sealed are being opened. You are no longer standing in the season of preparation. You are standing in the season of fulfillment. This is not a dream. This is not imagination. This is a manifestation. You will soon witness the first movements of what God has promised you. The divine connection that has been written over your life is beginning to materialize. The signs will multiply. The peace will deepen. And the alignment you once felt only in spirit will soon take form before your very eyes. Heaven has already given its yes. The decree has been spoken. The time of delay is over. You are stepping into what was always meant to find you. The love that once felt distant is no longer on the horizon, it is near, alive, breathing. Every force that tried to hinder it has been silenced. Every counterfeit connection that tried to confuse you has been removed. What remains now is what is real, what is ordained, what is holy. Chosen one, lift your head. You are not the same person who began this journey. You have been tested, refined, and proven faithful, and because of that, heaven trusts you to carry what others could not. This promise is not fragile, it is fortified. It will not crumble under pressure. It has been built through obedience, prayer, and fire. In the days ahead, do not question whether this is happening. You will feel it in the atmosphere, in the way doors open effortlessly, in the way your spirit feels peace where there used to be confusion. That is how you will know heaven has taken over. God's hand is fully on this. No human interference, no delay, no misunderstanding can stop what has already been set in motion. When the moment arrives, don't be surprised by how naturally it unfolds. You won't have to force it or chase it. It will come quietly, like dawn breaking after a long night, slow, certain, unstoppable. You will simply find yourself standing in the very place you once prayed for, realizing that heaven heard every word. So now, chosen one, breathe deeply and believe. This is the confirmation your spirit has been waiting for. The story is no longer being written, it is being read aloud by heaven. What was once promised is now released. What was hidden is now revealed. And as surely as God spoke it, so it shall be. It is done. Father in heaven, we come before you with hearts full of awe and gratitude. You have spoken, and your words have awakened something eternal within us. Thank you for choosing this soul, for shaping them in the fire, for preparing them quietly in seasons of silence. Every tear, every delay, every unanswered question has not been wasted. It has become holy ground beneath their feet. Today, Lord, we stand in agreement with what you have decreed. Father, we thank you for the divine alignment now unfolding. You have orchestrated every step, every crossing, every unseen detail to bring this promise to life. We surrender to your timing. Let no impatience, no fear, no voice of doubt interfere with what you are building. Guard this connection beneath your wings. Let it grow in purity, protected from pride and deception, until it reflects your perfect design. Lord, we ask for wisdom, the kind that comes only from your Spirit. Teach this chosen one to recognize the sacred from the ordinary, to discern the divine from the distraction. When the world grows loud, let their heart remain anchored in peace. When confusion tries to creep in, let faith speak louder than fear. May they always remember that what is born from heaven can never be stolen by the world. We lift up both souls. You are joining for purpose, not performance. Let their union be a testimony of grace, a light in the darkness, a reflection of divine love that cannot be shaken. Where there is pride, bring humility. Where there is pain, bring healing. Where there is uncertainty, let your Spirit speak peace. May their bond be rooted not in fame or desire, but in the mission you have written for them since the beginning of time. Father, seal this prayer with your presence. Let your angels guard every step that follows. May this chosen one walk boldly into the season you have prepared, carrying not fear, but reverence. And when the promise appears, let them remember, it was never luck, never coincidence, it was you, always you. We declare today that your word stands unshaken, your will is perfect, and your timing flawless. What you have begun, you will complete. We give you all honor, all trust, all glory. In the name of Jesus, Amen.